Greetings people, 'tis I, 480 volts, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII. Alright, so we've done just about all of the optional content that I care to do, but there's one thing left. It's the final hunt, Yasmat. Yasmat, for those of you who have played this game, you know just how much of an ordeal it is. And if you're not prepared, you can be fighting this guy. If you can manage to stay alive, you could be fighting this guy for 2, 3, 4 hours. You think I'm joking? I don't want that to happen. I want to make this guy somewhat faster. An hour is good. I think I can do an hour. But I need the right tools. Now, I've gone online and I've looked at, some of the different ways you can beat Yasmat. There are people out there who have come up with crazy ways to beat this guy. I think like the record is like maybe 3 minutes, or maybe even 20 seconds. I don't know. People be finding like the fastest ways to beat this guy, and they have like crazy levels and crazy gear and equipment like that. I've looked at that, and that's like I don't even know what they had to go through to get those results. But there were 3 somewhat efficient methods that I saw to beating Yasmat that seemed like relatively doable. And so I decided that I would use one of them. The method I'm going to use is known as the Seitengrat method. People who have played this game, people who have not played this game don't know what is Seitengrat. You will find out by the end of this video. People who have played this game, might accuse me of cheating because there's some serious RNG manipulation that's going to have to happen to achieve this method. Now, I'm going to say this now and never admit to saying it again later, because these are not words that you would usually hear out of the mouth of 480, alright? Let me go ahead and say this. Honor, glory, and chivalry be damned. Okay? To heck with hard work and perseverance and vigilance. Alright? Frick fair fighting. Do you understand what I'm saying? You will probably never ever hear those words come out of 480's mouth ever again. Or at least it is my goal that you will never hear them come out of my mouth ever again. I need to beat this guy by any means necessary. For those of you worried about honor, I will quote Mr. Worf from Star Trek. In battle, nothing is more honorable than victory. But in reality, the simple fact is, I'm more interested in efficiency, which that's always been true about me. So we're gonna use the Seitengrat method. Now, the Seitengrat method requires, as I said, some serious RNG manipulation. And there's a few things we need to do to get this to work. The first thing we need to do is begin a new file. Yep, we're starting from the very beginning of the game. We're gonna have to play through literally everything we have done this entire Let's Play. I'm kidding, we don't. But we do need to start a new file. It'll be quickly. We'll just kind of speed run this. In fact, I'm gonna set the speed multiplier to 4 and then just go from there. I just need to get to a certain point, and it's not very far in. So I'll show it all on camera. So we're starting a new file. We're gonna skip this. Now the tool that we're trying to get is going to be on our main file. It's not going to be on this file, so don't worry. But we are going to, we're gonna use this. Shut up. I'm skipping everything because, while I'm skipping all this, let me go ahead and say something. I should say this. The method I'm using really only works for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 version of the game. I say this again, this RNG manipulation that I am doing only works for the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. Hey, we're Rex again. Haven't been Rex in a long time. Vaughn's brother. Can kind of see the resemblance. So if you're playing on the PC or the Switch or the Xbox or whatever, and you're trying to get the Seitengrat method, you're gonna have to come up with you're gonna have to find a different method. I don't know what that method would be. I would suggest going on YouTube and Googling Final Fantasy XII, Seitengrat, and then like the name of the console that you're on. My goodness, my configuration is messed up because the camera is wrong, and I can't. On my main file, I have the camera set differently. Okay, whatever. Shut up. So I have to go through all this. I'm so not used to Bosch without his scar on his face. All right, yeah. But yeah, this method really only works for the PS4 or PS5 version, and I'm pretty sure it does not work for the PS2 version either. I don't even know if the Seitengrat is a thing in the PS2 version. Okay, can I like actually? No, I can't. I was gonna see if I could go into configuration. It won't even let me go into configuration. Oh well, that's fine. Shut up. So we're just going to attack this guy. Okay, so he's dead. Okay, now I can go into config. This is just bothering me. Let me switch the camera x-axis to inverted because that's what I've been using this whole time. It was throwing me for a loop. And then we get a cutscene, then I'll skip. And then this is what, our first boss fight? Yeah, and I'm just going to literally spam thunder on him because that's just the quickest and most efficient way of beating this guy. The reason I'm using Rex, or loading a new file with Rex, like I said, we need to do some RNG manipulation, and the way RNG works, well, the best way I can describe it, imagine you're standing in front of a river, right? Now let me try to put a body of water like a river into perspective. Imagine you put a glass underneath a faucet and open the faucet just enough to where a little drop of water falls into the glass every couple of seconds, right? And you think, okay, you know what, you need to, oh yeah, I'm out of magic. Just attack. Oh, he's dead already, let's skip this. And like after a few hours, you came back and that glass was pretty much filled with water, and you're like, oh, that was a lot of water droplets, right? Imagine how many water droplets it would take to fill up an entire river, right? So I say that to imagine, I'm just like, picture a river being a collection of water droplets, a huge amount of water droplets. Okay, so think of RNG, random number generator, as like a river, and but instead of water droplets, it's made up of numbers. So the whole body of water is just numbers, right? And they flow in different currents, like a river. So one of the first things we need to do on our file is make sure we get into the right current. So what we're doing is shut up. What we're doing right now is we're getting to a spot where we can basically get to the right, current. This is also, and it's easiest to do this with Rex, because Rex, see, there's our first save point. Okay, he's gonna talk. This method, I guess you could technically find this current on your main file, but like, this is the easiest way to spot it because we're gonna be looking for number values, and everybody, no matter how long you've been doing it, by the time Rex reaches this first save crystal, you're going to be at level 3, and that's going to be your HP and your MP. Like, there's not going to really be any variance here. Everybody's going to be at this point. But what we do need to do, though, we do need to climb up this set of stairs, and there should be some enemies up here. Yeah, whatever. So there's some enemies here. We need to go ahead and kill these enemies. It is important. Oh, crap. There you go. I'm used to gambits. Okay. Yeah, just kill these guys. Remember, these are tutorial battles. They're not that difficult. Alright, so we killed him. Good. After you've killed all 3 of those guys, come back down here and go to your save crystal. Where is my save crystal? There's my save crystal. It is important that you kill those guys upstairs. But yeah, hit the save crystal. Now let's go ahead and save our game. And let's save to a brand new file. Do not save over your main file. Please do not save over your main file. You need your main file. You do not want to undo all the progress that we've made. Let's create a brand new file. Yes, we'll save. And this file is going to be trash eventually anyway. But it's going to save it under, and you'll see it will save as Nalbina Fortress Upper Apartments. Okay. So, what we have done, we have essentially cast Rex, he is our stone, by the way, into the sea of random number generators, and we want to get him to flow to the right current. But we'll come back to him later. I just needed to go ahead and make that save. Now let's quit and go back to the title screen. So I now have that save file. Just to reiterate, you want to have Rex go past the save crystal, go upstairs, fight the enemies, kill all 3 of those guys, then come back down to the save crystal and save. All right, that's step 1. Step 2 is to make sure we have a diamond armlet. Now, I got a diamond armlet way back in the day when we went through the Xertan Caverns, and if I remember correctly, I may have told you don't sell it. I hope I told you that anyway. You know, before I even do that, let me just go ahead to my main file right here. I do have the diamond armlet. But let's say you didn't listen to me, and let's say you did sell it, or let's just say you never got it to begin with. You do need a diamond armlet for this thing to work, and you think, well, frick, how am I supposed to get one? There's a very easy way to get one. I don't know if I need to do this or not. I'm just gonna go ahead and move Vaughn over. I just want to get an autosave in place, really. Okay, so I've got an autosave. And I'll go ahead and show you that he does indeed have a diamond armlet somewhere down here. Yeah, he has 1 diamond armlet. But I got an autosave set up here. All right, let's quit and head back to the title screen. I'm gonna show you how to very easily get a diamond armlet. What we do is we go into trial mode. And trial mode basically is where you fight a bunch of battles back to back to back, but it lets you load stat data from any of your saved files, and I want to load the most recent one, which is, I could use the save file we just made, or like the autosave, or one of my normal save files. I'll just load up the autosave, but it's from the stat data of my main game, right? So we're at like level 72 or 3 or 4 or whatever it is. We're like ridiculously powerful. We're gonna load up trial, and you'll see. Let the trial commence. Okay, so we're here in the sewers with the rats. Actually, no, turn off gambits. Let's just turn off gambits, and let's just run. We want to go up here. We'll deal with the rats later. Let's go up here. Am I in the right place, or did I go to the wrong place? There's a chest right here. Ah, diamond armlet. I think this chest is almost always a diamond armlet. It seemed like one time I did this, and it was not a diamond armlet, but it's supposed to almost always be a diamond armlet. If it's not, just try it again. If it's not a diamond armlet, just like quit and go back to the title and try it again until you get the diamond armlet. But once you get a diamond armlet, go ahead and turn on your gambits and then just take care of these rats. These rats literally cannot touch you. You are like so freaking powerful. Okay, so that's done. I think there's like 1 more rat. Yeah, wait till you've killed... Okay, no, there's a few more. You do need to kill everything in this first stage. We don't need to do the whole trial mode, but we do need to kill everything in the first stage. All right, we've done that. Now we're in the second stage. Once you've gone to the second stage, go ahead and quit. Back to the title. And then load... Yes, load from trial mode... See, it made an autosave. It says trial mode stage 2, but it's still... This is going to load up my main file that I used, because that's where I loaded... When I began trial mode, I loaded from my main file. This is going to load from that, but it's going to keep the data that I just did from trial mode. So I'll load into it. If you resume from this file, all trial made progress will be lost. I'm not sure what that means. Well, anyway, I'll show you. I'll show you. We load this. So we're here, what, in Westgate? Yeah, this is Westgate. And let's go check the equipment list. See, now I have 2 diamond armlets, so it kept that 1 that we got in trial mode. That's how you can get a lot. If you're interested, go look at a guide about trial mode. You can get a lot of equipment, but the only one I'm really interested in is the diamond armlet. So we have our diamond armlet. That's good. That's our next checklist. So that's step 2. I don't think this matters, but I'm just going to go ahead and put everybody away except for Vaughn. I don't know if that matters or not, but there you are. Make sure he is wearing the diamond armlet, okay? If I can find it. Okay, so he's got the diamond armlet. Now, we're at the west gate. We want to take an airship. Now, so you can basically do this the moment airships become available. So you can do this very early in the game. Basically, after you've defeated the Mimic Queen in, what is it? Is it the Barheem Passage? I can't remember, it's been so long. But you do need to take a very specific airship flight, and let me explain why. RNG is manipulated by a lot of things in this game, just like all the background stuff that's going on, like this Bonga walking back and forth, that is affecting RNG currents. This woman right here stroking her hair like that, that's affecting RNG. So many things affect RNG and they produce different numbers, so we need to make sure that we all do the same stuff, which is why we did Rex earlier, because Rex, like I said, is a starting point at which everybody has to go through at some point, and by the time Rex reaches that first save crystal, he should be at level 3, HP 133. So, you might be HP 134, but basically same deal. So that's like the Cliff Notes version of how RNG works. Truth is, I don't really even fully understand how RNG works, and there are people that have gone into, like, have hacked the game's algorithms, and they study this stuff, and they find lists for how to make things work. They are the unsung heroes of this universe. They are the heroes we never deserved, but we definitely needed. Anyway, just a little soapbox I wanted to get onto. You want to take a very specific flight. You want to go from Rabanastre to Nalbana. It must be this flight. And make sure you choose a leisure craft, because we want to be on the airship. Okay, I'll just skip this. This is step 3. Step 1 is get Rex to the save crystal. Step 2 is make sure you have a diamond armlet. Step 3 is this. Alright, so we're going to want to go to the sky deck, or the air deck rather. And once we come out into the sky deck, we've completed step 3 because of the autosave. We want the autosave to write this, that Vaughn is here. But I want to show something off real quick. I'm going to go up these stairs, and I'm going to show you how there's, like, nothing here. Yeah, see how there's, like, nothing here? Good, good. Just wanted to establish that. And I want this guy right here, the Boonswaggled bookkeeper. I want you to just remember this guy. We'll call him Bob. Bob the Bookswaggled bookkeeper. Boonswaggled bookkeeper. He walks up and down these stairs a lot. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, once you, just make sure Vaughn is wearing a diamond armlet, and then come through this. Now, if you didn't have him wearing, if you came onto the air deck and he wasn't wearing a diamond armlet, go ahead and put it on. Walk out of this deck and then walk back onto this deck for the autosave. We just want to make sure that we autosave with Vaughn on this deck wearing a diamond armlet. And like I said, I don't know if it matters if you have anybody else in the party or not, but I'm just going to keep it to strictly Vaughn. Alright, that's step 3. Now, we want to quit, but we don't want to just quit and, like, reload. We want to close down the entire game because we need to reset the RNG currents, because they've been doing a lot of different things in the last, 20 minutes that I've been recording. So let's go ahead and just quit this game completely. Let's just close the game out. That is completely reset, that's completely disabled everything, and we'll restart the game, and this will completely reset our RNGs. Okay? So I hope you've been tracking with me thus far. And again, if you're using the Switch or the PC or the Xbox, this method will not work. You'll have to find a different method, but if you're using the PS4 or PS5, this will work. Okay, the video walkthrough that I said, watched for this said that this will work 100% of the time. I don't think that can actually be proven, because as of yet, there's no data saying that it hasn't worked. But I can at least say that for me, it has always worked. Let's go ahead and load. We're going to load up the Nalbana Fortress Upper Apartments. This is our Rex file. Now, loading a new file or loading an existing file does not overwrite your autosave. It keeps it there. But the second we autosave over something else, then our previous autosave will be gone. So having said that, I need to stress that now that we are Rex, please do not go through any doorways, do not walk off this screen into any other place, because that'll make another autosave happen and we will have lost the autosave that we made for Vaughn, okay? So just stay on this screen as Rex. Now, do you remember way back in the day, back at the very beginning of the LP, the very first episode, 2.5 months ago, I said, I feel the need to stand in front of this save crystal and spam cure a bunch of times. Yes, we're actually gonna do that, because let me show you what happens when you cast cure on yourself as Rex. You get a number, right? Let's do it again. That was 96. We get a slightly different number, but close. And you know how this is, when you use cure on yourself, you get different numbers, right? Well, I am looking for 3 very specific numbers. I want Rex to cure himself, and I want him to produce in consecutive order with no breaks in between an 88, a 97, and a 90. So I'm literally gonna stand here and spam cure until I get that. Now, when you run out of MP, because you only have a little bit, it's no big deal. You hit the save crystal, do not save, but you hit the save crystal and replenish your MP. And we try it again. Now, this is why we're doing this as Rex, because if I did this as Vaughn, I would get completely different numbers, because he's so freaking powerful, right? He's so high leveled. I don't even think Vaughn has cure. My Vaughn doesn't. He might. But that's beside the point. He's so freaking high leveled that we would not even get numbers close to this. Whereas anybody who starts this game file and makes it to this save crystal as Rex is going to produce these numbers at some point. Now, if you don't produce, if you're just spamming cure and it seems like you're not getting the numbers, don't fret. Just keep doing it over and over and over again. You may have started at a different spot on the RNG table, but like you're standing at a different spot in the river, but don't fret, you'll get there eventually. Just keep spamming cure until you see it. See, that's an 89. We're not there yet. Just go ahead and resave. I have to do the math too, because like how much MP, see, it uses 8 MP, so I have to like make sure. I don't, yeah, I just want to make sure I do this right. Okay, 95. I don't want to, like, after the second cure that I need, run out of MP and have to hit the save file again, hit the save crystal again, because I think that might mess it up, but I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, it's not going to be here. Let's hit it again. Ugh. It takes a while to get him to the point. Yeah, if you get like an 88 and then you get like a different number and then your next one is a 97, it's still not right. It has to be 97 immediately after 88. So, yes. It's the only way it'll work. Alright, I'm just gonna start speeding through it. Crap, what did I just do? Not it. So I must have started way early in the RNG table. It's fine. We'll get it done. There's only so many, oh, there's an 88. Now, is it the 88? That's the question. It is not. It is not. But I'm getting close, because I think you're pretty much always gonna produce these numbers. I bet this next one's a 97. I'm calling it. Or, no, it's an 87. Alright, you know what, let's just hit the... Never mind. I don't know where I'm at in the RNG table. 97? No, 96. All right, well, we're getting close. Just trust me. I better hit the save crystal again because I feel like this might be it. No. That's an 89. Okay, yeah, hit it again. Man, where is it? I wonder if, like, me hitting the save point and, like, walking around like that is affecting things. I hope not. Alright. There's my 97, but it's not the 97. And there's my 90, but I didn't get an 88 though, that's the thing. At least I don't think I did. Huh. Now I'm alarmed because I got a 90 right after a 97, but I don't think I had an 88 though. I think it was something totally different. I'm just gonna keep doing this. If I did skip over it without realizing it, it'll eventually loop back. It may take a while. I may have to cut to when I finally get there. It usually doesn't take this long. So let's try it again. Oh, there's an 88. Now, is this the one? No, it's not. Dadgummit. Wait. Is this one gonna be a 97? It is. We're very close now. We are very close. I am probably gonna hit like an 87 next. An 87 or an 89 if memory serves. Yeah, we're so close now. Okay, I was just very far. Yeah, an 87. I was just super far back in the RNG table, but it's okay. It's okay now because this should work. This is... Okay, 88. I guarantee you this is the one. So when you see 88, 97, yep, we're there. And then one more cure. Our magic number's 90. There it is, 90. So when you see those numbers, 88, 97, 90, nothing in between. That means we are now standing in the proper RNG current. The currents are flowing us to the proper area. Now this is very important. Do not cure anything else. Do not attack anything. Do not walk anywhere. Just pause. Once you see those numbers, just pause. And don't quit. Don't close the game. Just quit back to your title. Load your game. Load up the autosave that we made on the Sky deck. On the Sky Ferry, which again is Robinoster to Nalbanub. Vaughn should have a diamond armlet. Keep an eye on the Boonswaggle bookkeeper. And let's be somewhat fast. So there's this guy, right? Him. So he's walking up the stairs, right? Now, there appears to be like some sort of invisible thing here. I'll go ahead and tell you, it's a treasure chest. It's an invisible treasure chest. Do not open it. We want to wait. That man walked up the stairs and then he walked down. We want him to walk up the stairs a total of 4 times. He did it once, now he did it twice, so we need to wait 2 more times. But park yourself right by this invisible chest. So that was time 2. And he's gonna walk up a 3rd time. That's time number 3, and we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait this out. You could speed this up if you want to. And then, basically, right as he, on his 4th time, right as he walks up the stairs, right as he finishes, he walks onto the floor that you are at, right now, you obtain a Seitengrat. We did it! Now, what is a Seitengrat, you ask? I'll show you. Wrong. It's a bow. And look what it does to our attack power. It is the most powerful weapon in the entire game, bar none. It requires no license, so literally anybody can wear it. Has no elements. And it's just highly, highly, highly abusive. Like I said, you can get it after you defeat the Mimic Queen. Could you imagine what you could do with this bad boy early on in the game? It could have made so many bosses a non-issue. And since I feel like this is kind of really making, you know, kind of, not exactly cheating, but it is like using something highly abusive, I wanted to limit myself and only use it for the Yasmat fight. Now let me tell you something. If I leave, it is entirely possible to get more than one of these things. All you have to do, like I could get 3 for a party of 3. I could do this 3 times, so I could have 3 for, you know, so I could have a party of 3 and they all could wear it. I could get 6 of them, so everybody could wear it no matter what party. I could do this and get up to 99 of these if I really wanted to. That would take a long time, but I could do it and then like sell all that stuff for excess cash. Obviously, I'm not going to, but yeah, you can get multiple bows, and the way you do that is now if you don't feel comfortable, if you want to quickly land and then save so that you just have it hard-coded onto your file, feel free to do so. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to come back onto the air deck. So we make the autosave. So now we have autosaved with Vaughn wearing his diamond armlet, and we have a Seitengrat in our inventory. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to quit the game. Like, I'm going to actually shut down the game, reload it, reset the RNG, and yeah, wait for all this. And I will reload the Rex file, Nalbina Fortress Upper Apartments. If you accidentally load one of your other files, just close the game again, because you want to basically the Rex file to be the first thing that you load up. But yeah, and we just repeat the method. We keep spamming cure here until we get the magic numbers. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do something. I'm going to go ahead and set this cursor position to last selection. So that way, basically, it'll always start with magic, cure, and Rex. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this over and over and over again until I get the magic numbers. So yeah, Rex is helping us up from beyond the grave, or rather, Rex sent cures. Rex is helping us from across time. In the past, Rex helped us in the future. Anyway, I'm gonna cut till I get the numbers I want. So hold on one second. Tell you what, I won't actually cut because this way you can see that, like, there's no... just so that way you can see that we're doing this all on one thing. I'll bet that was my... is that my Magic 88? No, it's not. Still got a ways to go. Remember, the numbers are 8... okay. Remember, the numbers are 88, 97, and 90. Nope. Okay, we're getting close. Because that was when I was like, ooh, did I pass over it? Okay, I think that's the one. Actually, no, I don't. I don't think this is the one. Yep, this ain't the one. We're close to it. Not the one. Alright. There, this is the one. Yep. Okay, cool. We did that. Now we quit. We head back. We load up our autosave. And like, this is why you don't want to have Rex move to a different screen, because imagine how disastrous it would be now if I overwrote this autosave. Alright, let me just quickly verify that I do in fact have a Seitengrat in my inventory. I do. Let's come up here. Let's watch the Boonswaggle Bookkeeper. He came up the stairs once. There's our invisible chest. He went down. I'm gonna fast forward. Twice. Three. And this is time number 4. I have no idea what's in this chest if you don't let them come up the stairs 4 times. If you do it early or late. Okay, got another Seitengrat. So yeah, you can do this over and over and over again until you have as many Seitengrats as your little heart desires. I'm gonna do this one more time to get 3 of them, a total of 3 of them. But I'll do that off screen. And in the next video, we will actually begin our battle against Yasmat, because we have, that is our 45th hunt, and it is the final hunt of the game, and it's the last optional thing that I plan to do in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that last Seitengrat, and so I'll just, so you saw how I did all of that. Hopefully this helps you get the Seitengrat. Again, if you're using a different console, just Google this, the name of this game, make sure you include Seitengrat, and then whatever console you're playing on, and I guarantee you somebody's made a walkthrough somewhere about whatever console you're using. But thank you all so much for watching. My name's 480 Volts. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Peace.